How to separate the real winners from the hype. I'll admit to feeling some self-satisfaction last week when Nvidia crossed over the $1 trillion benchmark. We've been betting on what would be the next trillion-dollar company, and the high-end chip maker was the no one company on my list, in large part because it has an unusually strong competitive advantage in AI. Still, I don't blame you if buying Nvidia at $400 makes you feel queasy. Semiconductors are a notoriously cyclical business, and I expect Nvidia to rise further in the near term before eventually pulling back to the $300 range as the hype inevitably wears off. Consider what happened in the early 2010s when iPhone chip stocks dominated the news. Smartphones require hundreds of low-powered microprocessors and sensors, and companies like Skyworks Solutions filled this newly created gap. But it wasn't smooth sailing. Shares of Skyworks would fall over 30% on at least 4 occasions on its way from $10 to $100. Even the mighty Intel has become a roller coaster ride. That's what makes Millionaire maker stocks, which we define as consistent growth companies for long-term investors, surprisingly difficult to find in the world of AI chip companies. Every semiconductor boom has eventually turned into a bust, turning high-quality companies into money furnaces overnight. Nevertheless, investors seeking millionaire makers still have plenty of attractive choices as the artificial intelligence industry develops. And while Nvidia remains a top medium-term pick, here are 5 stocks that we believe could do even better from an investment standpoint. Let's dive in. Here are the 5 millionaire maker AI chip stocks to buy and hold forever. Welcome to Timely Investment Research. Number 1. ASML. ASML Holdings' dominance over the lithography industry mirrors Nvidia's lead in discrete graphics cards in several ways. Business. The Netherlands-based firm holds a virtual monopoly in its industry. Semiconductor product development cycles are particularly long, which means minor stumbles by Canon and Nikon have left them years behind. R&D. ASML's initial lead allows it to reinvest more money into research and development than competitors can afford, creating a virtuous feedback loop. Financing. ASML's sharp management has wisely kept the firm's leverage low and cash balances high, enabling the cycle to continue. Last week, we mentioned that ASML's shares could double to the $500 billion range. Nvidia's prosperity, brought about by the proliferation of AI, should indirectly benefit ASML, since the latter company makes the equipment used to make Nvidia's chips. Though investors will need some patience to see 2x gains, the lithography firm remains one of our top long-term picks. Number 2. Marvell. The greatest competition for Nvidia will eventually come from its own customers: Amazon, Microsoft, and Alphabet. These tech giants are already designing their own AI-tailored chips to reduce costs. That's where Marvell Technology comes in. Marvell is a Silicon Valley-based semiconductor firm that designs high-performance chips for the data center and enterprise networking industries, among others. Tech giants need these third-party firms, and Marvell is particularly well-suited. The company's system-on-a-chip products are designed for specific applications, which makes them cheaper and better performing than general-purpose GPUs at particular tasks. 41% of the firm's revenue already comes from data centers, up from 35% in 2021. The firm also trades at a historic discount because of its historically choppy profits. Semiconductor demand is relatively cyclical, and even Marvell's fabless strategy is affected by demand busts. Nevertheless, we believe Marvell is finally reaching a tipping point. Last week, we picked out the firm as a stock to buy before it soars to new heights in 2023. Marvell might seem like an unusual millionaire maker stock, but a significant change in its business promises to turn the company into the Nvidia of data centers. Number 3. Teradyne. Teradyne is a Boston-based firm that focuses on testing equipment for semiconductors. It's a highly profitable industry that's becoming even more important as chips begin to get stacked vertically. Plus, an upcoming jump to 3-nanometer chips will further increase the demand for chip testing. This comes as welcome news for Teradyne, a firm already twice as profitable as Nvidia, based on its return on invested capital. The company has seen profits rise 2x since 2018, and analysts project another 34% increase by 2025. Teradyne's results are possible because chip testing requires increasingly complex sensors that can pinpoint where manufacturing errors occur. The company's latest machine, for instance, took over 5 years and $500 million of research budget to develop. 3D stacking will soon become the norm for AI chips, And that makes Teradyne a bet that's hard to beat. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Timely Investment Research. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.